everyone, so in this video we're going to be looking at using Videoshop on your mobile phone to edit a video. So perhaps you've done a video on your mobile and you want to string it together to create a video that you could perhaps put on Instagram TV or onto your stories. So Videoshop is my one-stop mobile video editing tool. In this video I'm going to show you the process of uploading a video to your Videoshop app, and then some of the tools that you can use inside of that, all the way down to downloading it and using it wherever you wish. Okay, I'm in Videoshop, so you press the plus button and then you go ahead and import clip. This is going to open up your camera roll, and this is where you're going to find some videos that you can use. So let's just choose this one of the doggy. So I'm going to bring that in, and as you can see it brings the video that you've got in, and you can go ahead and play that. Now the first thing you want to do is decide where you want this video to be repurposed to. So where do you want to show it? You can resize the video by clicking the resize button, and along the bottom here you can see that there are some optimized sizes for you. There is a standard square for Instagram. There is also the 4x5, which is also Instagram ready. There is 16:9, which is YouTube, and as you can see they've given you some of the sizes so that you can choose. Now obviously, if you are doing Instagram, square is perfectly okay, and it's also perfectly okay for Facebook. 4x5 is also very good for both Instagram and for Facebook. 16:9 is the standard horizontal for YouTube, but you can also use that on LinkedIn. 9:16, which is a TikTok size, is actually ideal for Instagram TV and also for your stories. So I would stick to 9:16 if you want to do your stories, etc. So if I wanted this to go into one of my stories, I would choose the 9:16. Now another thing to bear in mind is that if you want the video itself to be stretched to fit the gaps, so say like if I did this one, you see how I have this space either side. If I wanted it to be stretched, I can use both fingers and stretch it out like that and stretch it back in, so you can zoom it in or out. Now if you didn't want to do that and you wanted to keep those lines either side, say perhaps you wanted to create like a letterbox or a different style frame, you have the option here by clicking the background to change the colours. Now the colours are a little bit limited in here, but what some people prefer to do is they prefer the background to be blurry. So if I click the blur button, you see how it blurs the background. So that's quite a nice feature. Let's just go back. So again, resize. I'm going to stick to 19:16. Then if you want that to just go with the video you've got at the moment, you just click the one tick. If, however, you've got several clips inside your frame, you could click the two ticks and it will resize everything. So apply to all. So that's the first thing you want to do. Then sometimes you may want to trim the beginning or the end off. So you need to click on the actual one that you want to work with and then click trim. As you can see, you can trim the beginning and the end. You can cut your video. So when you cut it, you're going to cut it off and the other bit's going to be discarded. Or you can split it, and that means that you can pull this over and split the video into two. So if you wanted to trim the beginning, you just move this along, this yellow bit here, and you can trim the end as well if you wanted to. And go ahead and click OK, and it will trim it for you. Next you can do music, so you can add music to it. You can have the tracks that are inside the editor. So there's some stock ones here that are not too bad. To find them, you just click the play. but you do have a few choices, so you could just do a different one. So it's up to you whether you want to do that. You can do your own music, but obviously if you do that, you may find that you have restrictions on copywriting. So I usually stick to the stock. Okay, so you just go ahead and choose the one that you want. So let's just stick this one on for now. The music itself will just play for a certain amount of time. So at the bottom here you can see it's best if you wanted to carry on to just keep reading it, and it will loop it around. So that's quite a good way of keeping the music going all the way through your track. Then the next one after trimming is text. So you can add some text. So as you see, the text comes on. At the bottom, you can choose what your text looks like, and so on. Whether it's to the left, to the right, or in the middle. Also whether it's bold or not, underlined or not, or italic or not. If you want to change the colour, you just move the colour bit on the right hand side and it changes the colouring for you. If you want to make it bigger or smaller, you move this up and down, or whether you want the background to be thicker or smaller, you just move that up and down. The next one is if you want it to do something. So when the text comes in, you can actually get it to transition in as you wish. So you can do those things. Also with the text, you can set a time. So how long do you want the text to show for? You can also pin it if you want, but I wouldn't do that. Once you're happy with how long, you just go back to where you were. To actually edit the text, you just double tap and then you can write what you want. Like so. When you actually edit the text, you can see that you can change the text fonts. There are limited ones, but you can just play around with that. And you can also change the colour by moving over. You don't have control of the hex code at all, but you can almost sort of guarantee that you've got some sort of colour that you like. And then once you're done, you just click done. You can also move it by putting your finger on it and moving it up and down. You can make it bigger by using the arrows. You can also move it around if you want to, like so. Once you're happy with that, you click the arrow, the tick button, you're fine. Now, there is also the option to put some stickers if you want, and those are from your camera roll or from the stickers that are available. So you can do stickers, GIFs, or emojis. So GIFs are always quite nice, and then you can have them where you want them to go. You can also have the GIFs to stay there all the time. Click OK. Now, you can voice over. There are also some other things that you can do if you have the Pro bit, but we're not going to go into those at the moment. If you had a photograph or something like that, you could do filters, but with a video clip, in order to use this function, you must select a video clip to apply. So you click on the video clip and then you can add the filter. And as you can see here, you can choose between the filters, and that makes it a lot easier for you to select. There are some Pro ones obviously, but then you just choose which one you want. And remember that you click one tick for one clip or all the ticks for all the clicks. And you can obviously change the transparency of the filter, whether it's stronger or actually duller, and apply to all. So now you can just see what it looks like. Once you're happy with the video, you can either download it by clicking download button, or you can add the plus button to add another video. You can add either a video or an image at this point to your video clip. You can actually do photographs as well as videos. So if you wanted to just import a photograph to show people what she looks like, then that would be the second bit. So you'd have your video and then you'd have your picture. Again, because the sizing is different, you see how I've got the white band at the top. If I wanted to alter that, I could go back to resize. I could do the background and I could blur that so that it's the same. And I click OK. And that's just blurred that one. So the video plays, and then we come up to Tinky. Then once you're happy, you just go ahead and click download. Here you can send it to various places, but you can just save it to your camera roll. You do need to keep this app open when the video is being saved so that it will finish processing. If you close the app before the video has finished processing, it won't work. So you just have to keep it going and keep it going until it's finished. And as you can see, it just moves along. It doesn't take that long. It does take a little bit of time, but it doesn't take that long. So just bear in mind, what I usually do is if I'm doing something like this, I'll just then walk away and then come back and see. So now it's all done and it's been saved to my camera, and you click OK. And that brings us to the end of how to use Videoshop just to repurpose your videos. I hope you found that useful. Any questions whatsoever, please don't hesitate to ask.